Good afternoon. Welcome to Smart Trucking Live. I have with me here the world famous Lettuce King. And I just can't stand that damn hat. Oh, Lettuce King. Welcome to the stream. Oh, this is gonna go badly.
Well, thank you.
Jimmy Savage, thank you for joining us. Welcome here. The other truckers coach, Tom Lehman. Hey, man, glad you could join us. Kelly Patterson's here. Kelly, thank you for joining us. Trucker Hershey, thank you, sir. Adam Bennett's here. Tim Field is here. Matthew Pesco is here. Shannon's here. Hey, Shannon. Catherine, how much bail money will you need for this pair of miscreants? Well,
It's been done before.
well, we had to bail the Lettuce King out just to get him to come to the stream because he was confined, shall we say? But anyway, thank you all for joining us. I have lost track, frankly, of how long I have known the Lettuce King, but he is the builder of the awesome trucks that are featured in our videos sometimes. So I thought we'd bring our viewers up to speed, Lettuce King, and if you could give us a brief history of how you started in trucking initially, the first trucks, the first jobs, the first rides you had, and what brought you to the point that you had such large cars.
Well, Dave, I started out as a diesel mechanic, and my father's company, and then I moved on to another place, and then I enjoyed driving everybody else's truck more than working on them, and so then I ended up getting my license right when I was 18, and I think my first job, I drove a lumber truck, like I was telling you, a gas-powered two-stick lumber truck around the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think my first interstate big experience was running to New Jersey with a TransStar cab over.
God,
Yeah,
that was a while ago.
yes. The highlight of that trip was always stopping in Binghamton at Country
Oh
Bars.
God. Oh yeah.
Yes.
You know, lean a little bit more.
I have to lean more.
Just lean in.
Lean in. This. Lean into this.
Oh.
Okay.
And what was the first truck you ever owned? What was your first owner operated
That I
gig?
owned?
Yeah.
I bought a brand new Superliner Mac.
Oh, is Josh here? Josh would be thrilled to hear that.
Yeah, big Superliner. That was the first truck I bought. And then I had a 359 after that.
Yeah.
And then a 359 after that. And then a 359 after that.
Yeah.
And so on.
And so on. And so on.
And still in the Peterbilt camp.
They've pretty much all been 359s, eh?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Did you have? Was it black and gold one a 379?
No.
It was a
Black and Gold one
359?
was a 87 359 factory stand-up bunk truck. I've had three of those.
Is that right?
I had the black and gold one, the black one, and a blue and silver one.
All right, let's get to the donations that have already began here. Adam Bennett coming in with an amazing, outstanding Hunter bomb. You already know what it is. Merry Christmas, he says. Love the hat, Lettuce King. Thank you very much for the laugh.
Do you
I
want to
ca-
get a cut of that?
If you flip the hat enough, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Do the hat thing.
Kelly Patterson coming in with a $5 donation as well. Fun to see you two in the Santa suit. Is Kathy wearing a Miss Claus suit? I'll let her answer that.
No.
Let's put my YouTube shirt on.
And a gentleman, just because you are a little bit far from the mics, just make sure that you're really filling the room with loud happiness today. Emphasis on the loud. Don't be afraid to speak up because the mics are toned down just a little bit. So.
Loud Happiness is our name, and I let me say initially,
Yes.
from the outset, that I just love your outfit. I don't know where in God's green earth you would have managed to dig that up, but
Well, you know, I'm all about the chicken lights, Dave.
That's true.
You know?
True enough. True
Yep.
enough. It's just
It
kind
goes
of.
with it, yeah.
Yeah, I never thought I'd see you wearing the chicken lights, but.
Pin at the top.
Okay. Million Miler. How much would you like the Lettuce King sell his current truck for? How much would the Lettuce King sell his current truck for?
Yeah, that truck's not for sale. I don't think anybody's got enough money to buy that one.
Well, that's the answer I expected, frankly, and I believe you have told me that is your last build. Is that correct?
Well, I said that 3 trucks ago, but yes, that is
Yeah.
my last build like that.
And
I'm retired.
she's a beaut. Here's a guy. I don't know if you'd know him. Fred Besmer. He works for Gary Mercer. Hey, Fred. Somewhere there is a shopping mall missing an elephant.
I'm on my lunch break, Fred.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, Fred works for Gary.
Shannon, no, the hat moves. You're not hallucinating. I'm not doing any kind of crazy drugs.
Who's it? Tim Field says, Dave, you suck. It's
Well,
not.
that's the new tagline. You suck.
Oh man, this is gonna be a long, hard show. I can see it coming now. Tim Field says, "Dang, no more 3408."
No, down to the 3406.
But you actually told me you can get more power out of the 3406s. Isn't that right? Or
Yeah, I've had some pretty nasty ones for sure. It's just a different kind of power.
yeah.
You know, 08's like a fat girlfriend you make mad. You know, the more the more you get beat. You know, where the
Interesting analogy.
Yeah, 3406 is usually just happy all the time. I got this one. You know, it's warm, but it's not on kill. You know,
Yeah.
I'm getting old. I don't need to beat anybody up the hill anymore. So
I was speaking of beating up the hill. I was remembering that time that we were in Laramie and those 2 guys were with us there, and you had that. Basically, that was a Marine Cat.
Yeah,
It was
Marine engine,
it
yeah.
was an awesome engine. That thing was amazing.
yeah, it was a lot of stuff from Great Lakes Diesel in Buffalo, and a lot of guys had issues with Rick, but man, that thing would.
It did a hell of a job. Yeah, it was amazing to watch that thing.
Yeah, there was nothing at the time I couldn't spank with it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Scotty Life coming in with a $10 donation. In training right now for about 7,500 miles. Been watching for a few months now. Thanks for all of the knowledge, he says. And Jonathan Mestrel coming in with a 10-month sub as well. Thank you very much for that. I heard the CB Bears are headed your way. Hide the king, he says.
And Shannon says, I thought maybe the wind had finally pushed me into crazy. No, Shannon. No, it's just the way it is today.
Scotty, thank you very much for the $10, by the way, and Jonathan for the resub.
Yes, thank you guys. Appreciate that.
I
So
believe I should be safe here. I think there's an extradition ban in Perry Sound. For,
yeah, I don't think they can get you here.
they'll
from
never
here.
get me in my disguise.
They wouldn't
never
want
know
you in
who I
that
am.
disguise.
Exactly.
No trooper's going to want you in the car with them.
I have to say, Dave, I'm very disappointed that you did not wear the sweater that I brought for you.
He brought me this sweater that would fit like a 10-year-old boy, and I ripped it just trying to get it on.
What?
Mind you, it made him laugh, but
Oh,
pardon me?
Grab the sweater.
Oh, Lord, do I have to?
everybody, don't you want to see Dave wear the sweater? Oh, this will be worth it, trust me.
No.
It will be worth it.
Oh.
It's too bad he's putting it off screen right now, but there's some jerking motions going on here.
Oh, shit. Oops, sorry.
All right. So here's the sweater the Lettuce King brought me to wear for this stream.
Ugly sweater.
Oh, God. I can see it on the screen here now. Well, listen. I don't know how to say thank you for this.
Can you move your
That's the ugliest sweater I've ever seen.
Oh, man.
Matthew Pesco, the Lettuce King is loose thanks to the zero bail release in California. And you have no idea, Matthew, how true that is. I lost track of how many states you were wanted in at one point.
Well,
Like-
most of them.
Yeah, most of them.
Most
And
of
it was primarily for speeding. Was it not?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Georgia was for having tinted windows.
Oh yeah, I
Once
got one of those. Yeah.
Guy came off it was Texas. Guy came off the service road, across the oncoming lane, through the median.
Yeah.
Like he was refugee justice or something. It was crazy. So, so
Memory fails me, but refresh it here. But did you not phone me handcuffed from the scales in Michigan one time?
I did in I-75.
Yeah, and I forget what they'd handcuffed you for to the scale.
For having a scanner,
And
and it wasn't even mine.
you were pulling a reefer load at the time.
Yep.
And you were low on reefer fuel, and you
Yep.
were handcuffed to the scale. They wouldn't let you go to fill up the reefer.
No, handcuffed. Yeah. Yeah, they had to bail me out of that one too.
Unbelievable for having a scanner.
Yeah, I didn't even know it wasn't. I was driving somebody else's truck because my truck was down.
It was Scott's
Yeah,
truck,
it
right?
wasn't
Herd's
even my
truck.
truck. And the guy stopped me because it had an antenna outside.
And they handcuffed you to the Lee Harvey. How long before the RCMP shuts this stream down? There's a good question. I don't think basically that they know about the Lettuce King, the RCMP. I think we're saying probably the OPP knows.
Nah, they're all at Tim Hortons having donuts.
Oh God.
Fred Beswer. Gary Mercer had their ugly Christmas tree sweater. Gary would have the best ugly Christmas sweater, that's for sure.
Jeez. So what I'm trying to think of some of the things that you did with that red and white Pete though, with the Marine cat. But God, that was
Paul Hudson says that's a perfect looking sweater on you.
Paul. I hope you're not driving because clearly your prescription glasses need adjusting.
It was just a scanner, Shannon.
But they used to. That's what Michigan do, and I got pulled in for that too. That if they saw the little antenna, they assumed, and it could be like a TV antenna, but they'd always assume that you had a scanner on, and they'd pull you in. I got busted for that too.
Boy, where are all these stories coming from? SoCal Sandman. I always love the story about the so-called woman.
You know what he's talking about?
Yeah, that was actually at the Rip
Rip Griffins in Rawlins, Wyoming.
That was at the
Who was there with us? There was someone. There was a third party, and I laughed till I cried.
I don't remember.
That was kind of a low point for the Lettuce King when he found out the sexy voice on the CB turned out to be a queer rather than a hot girl. Oh, I can't say that word? No, sorry, I can't say that. No, was it on the
Can't say
list?
that.
Anyway, that's a legitimate word. Anyway, so that's what happened there. But oh man, we were in stitches.
Anyways, Dave has. Oh boy.
What?
Yeah, we can't talk about that Boca, Jay.
I'm not down that far.
Let's see. There's an echo.
Tim Field says still snow in Denver here. Rip off Griffins, SoCal
Yeah.
Sandman. That was SoCal. Well, you probably remember, but that was the truck stop.
Yeah,
In
it was
Wyoming
it was a
back
good
in the
stop.
day. It was
Well,
a-
you didn't have much else to stop. Right?
Yeah, there
right
wasn't a
in
whole lot of
Rollins,
choice.
I used to hate that Flying J there. So.
Yeah, the Flying J, and it was
It wasn't a very good one.
No, it was terrible food, but the Rip Griffins had the saltwater taffy. Do you remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I
We
remember.
used to just steam right on through, put it in the wind, and head to Little America for turkey dinner.
Yeah, and Little America was always, you could always get parking, great food.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Use your outdoor voice.
Louder, she said.
my outdoor voice.
Alrighty then.
Is that better? Well, I don't talk this loud, everybody. I need to stand.
Matthew
closer.
Pesco says, Trucker Hershey, the snow I hit last week was bad enough. I hope you can avoid what's coming. We got snow here, but not a whole lot.
There's
Oh.
a question for LK.
What's that? Tim Phil? Not only is he
Not only the DOT, the Alphabet Soup Gang. How long has the Lettuce King been a heavy hauler?
Ooh,
Good question.
On and off for, God, a long time. Believe it or not, I don't know if I should admit this or not, but I actually had my truck on with Snyder National on heavy haul when they first changed from IT International Transport to.
I remember that.
Right, I did that for a little while, and then I went from that, and then I had my own rig with cross country out of Beamsville.
That's right too.
Doing that, and then now I've been doing what I've been doing. Well, then I was out west, running that other. Anyways, out long enough to say I've been doing it for a while, for sure.
Yeah, I forgot about the Schneider deal, and actually that was a pretty good deal, eh?
It wasn't bad. It was great if you never wanted to come back to Ontario, which who would?
Yeah, they kept turning you out of Iowa there, right?
No, it was an alright deal.
Yeah.
And the trailers were ugly, but yeah.
Has the Lettuce King ever seen a Bigfoot?
Yeah, I met her once in Fontana.
Oh, you got to see that coming. Walked right into that one.
Yeah, back of Simone's. No.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, dear.
Paul Hudson, hello and Merry Christmas from Northern Illinois and greetings to the Lettuce King.
Jim Fields. Snyder has a heavy haul fleet. Yeah. Well,
yes, they do. They bought International Transport, which was the fleet of the day to work for, for heavy haul.
All kinds of John Deere and Caterpillar
Yeah,
stuff.
green and yellow trucks, mostly cab overs.
Yeah.
Beautiful equipment, all of it.
Yeah.
Jake Cobb, what are your thoughts on leasing a truck through a dealership? Any input on that? That's just the word leasing scares the hell out of me. But through a dealership, it'd be better than leasing it from like Prime or somebody.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Prime. Yeah. At least you got a chance of keeping it.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah, that's true. The dealership wouldn't soak you the way some of these carriers would.
Still quiet.
Mendoza's Coyote. Love how Canadians say "a" at the end of the sentence. Did we say "a"?
Apparently we must because they're commenting on it. I try not to.
We try not to. It's just
it does happen.
Cash J, what's your favorite truck that you've owned? Lettuce King. Ooh. Oh man, he's had some buttes. This would be a tough pick.
My favorite truck, probably still my V8 truck, I guess, opposed to this one I have now. But the V8 one was pretty spanky.
Yeah.
For sure.
How long was that one?
336-inch wheelbase.
With a single bunk, right?
Single bunk, stretched hood, V8, twin stick, 336s.
All black, 359.
All black. Yeah.
It looked cool. We got one of our videos has that one on the cover, so you'll see that truck. But yeah, that was a pretty sharp truck. How well did that thing turn?
It was all right. The only thing with it was it had a spot in the steering box where it would almost jam.
Oh yeah.
So you'd be like making a big left-hand turn. You wait till the last minute, and you'd like, and it would
freeze up on you,
jam on you, and then you really had to regroup after that. But it really wasn't meant to turn.
Hey, Muppet's here. Hey, Muppet, how are you doing? Muppet's in Australia.
Yeah. Wow, really?
Cool place to go.
Lots of V8s down there.
Yeah, I'd like to try that down there.
Yeah. Oh, if you look at the bottom. Oh, that's already.
What's your favorite truck you ever built? Well, that was what we were just talking about. The black one, yeah.
They were all pretty cool. Really.
Yeah, they were. I thought you were gonna say the one you got now.
Because every one I built it to keep it forever.
Yeah.
Like it was my last one.
Yeah.
My last green truck I had before this one, I had to sell to pay off my. Gotta look on my list of things I can't say here that Kathy left me. What should I call it? Page 4.
Page 4.
Blood sucking. No. My ex-wife. I lost 2 good trucks to that way.
To that, yeah.
That red and silver one I had to sell for that too.
I forgot about that one.
Yep.
Do you know one of the favorite ones that you had that I always liked was the green one with like the black mask?
That was the one I had to sell for the ex-wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that was one of my
stainless trailer.
That was one of my favorite trucks. That was.
Yeah.
George Wilson says, this Christmas I'm going to confront Santa because last year he let the sled slide back and bend my flue pipe and took off too fast and tore up my shingles. Santa owes me for damages. Wow.
Well, that sucks.
He must have, maybe a new driver. Hadn't been properly trained, a new
Probably
Santa.
You get trained by Swift. They usually get shit on the way out. Damn it!
This guy, you can't say that one either. Don't anger the YouTube overlords. That's from Scotty. We're trying not to, but I don't know how well it's going to work out. But we're trying our best anyway.
Somebody just said they can't see your Christmas sweater quite good enough.
Oh, that's a shame. Do it up. I couldn't hope to do it up if my life depended on it.
Duct tape it.
What?
Duct
Duct tape it. Bring me a whole roll then.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Better add some more pages to the can't say list.
Jimmy Savage, good afternoon. Dave sitting here getting loaded in Sumner, Washington.
Oh.
Just delivered in Kelowna, BC the other day. Man, BC's been a mess, eh, for roads.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all torn
That's
up.
okay. You can wash into the ocean. That's cool. I used to like Washington, though.
I love going to Yakima in that area.
The Evergreen Truck Stop. You know, I stole one of their menus once because they had the coolest menu. It had a 33 window coupe in front of a Peterbilt.
yeah.
I still got that framed to this
Oh,
day.
no kidding.
Yeah, but I heisted their menu. They'll probably come and get me one day for it. It's
Dave,
a cool picture, though.
Dave, have you ever been hit by a Swift truck? No. I'm trying to think of the name of the carrier that did hit me, but it wasn't a Swift. I can't even remember the name. Out of Quebec, anyway. I remember I got hit by one of them. I was parked in the truck stop, and he hit me.
I got hit by a Frenchman there in Dorchester once, too.
Oh, apparently you can't say that one either. Is that right? Oh, can't. SoCal Sandman, finding truckers that don't swear is like finding nuns that drive truck. That's true.
I've never seen it.
I've
but
never
I'm
seen it.
driving
And
truck.
what he's saying is you can't find a truck driver that doesn't swear.
Right.
That was brilliant.
Goddamn right. Oh, can't say that either.
We're in trouble.
Yeah, we're in trouble. Where are we here? Adam Bennett. I'm watching live and just got covered up by the pole. Okay, we're going to take a quick intermission here to do some electronic repairs. We'll be right back with you. We're back here, and Tim Field says now you're the Elf King.
Oh,
And Shannon says they got 75 mile an hour winds in Wyoming. That's That's where Shannon lives. And
Intermission is sponsored by Volvo Wiring.
what? Who wrote that? Who wrote that? But I have a hard time convincing Shannon that, like, one of my favorite things was to go to sleep in Little America, Wyoming,
Yep.
in a crosswind, and the
Yep.
whole trailer was
Trailer
just
would
rocking.
rock.
Oh God, I love that. Shannon doesn't like the wind, but man, out there, I loved it.
Last one I had like that, I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Oh yeah.
sleeping in there, and a tornado went through and took that truck stop.
Oh yeah.
I was there. There was nothing.
Were ya?
Yeah, there was nothing there but the fuel island up when I got up.
SoCal says he thinks it was your lighting in your shirt that short circuited the whole system here. I never even thought of that.
Could be. Here,
Could have well been.
Turn the hat back on.
What truck stop? what truck stop was that you were in California when the SWAT team raided the place? What truck stop? That was outside of Barstow, wasn't it?
Outside of Barstow, the truck wash.
Yeah, the one at Larry's, I think it's called Larry's, across from the. God, when you just come over to Hardship.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's there anymore.
Yeah, I think it's was it a 76? I don't remember.
I don't even remember anymore either. I just kind of quit that and started going to Little Sisters, and I parked there. But
that happened to me a couple of different times, but not for the same reason. But
yeah, I remember you calling me the one time and telling me that SWAT had raided the place.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let anybody leave.
No.
Rose Jackson says, "I love the jumpers." I think she's calling our outfits jumpers.
Yeah, we need your outside voice.
Okay. God, we're still in trouble, eh? You shut that thing like right on top of here.
Merry Christmas from South Dakota. There, man, I used to like trucking out there because there was nothing in your road. You could just...
I got buzzed by a fighter jet
I did too.
in South Dakota once.
I did too.
Just driving along, minding my own business. He scared the living,
Yeah,
you know what, out of me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy
South
buzzed
Dakota.
me like at night.
Yeah, I was looking out the window.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
thought it was a
pretty
UFO.
Might have been, Dave.
Could have been.
I seen a UFO coming south on 17 out of Flagstaff.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And then they talked about it on the radio the next day.
Oh, no kidding.
I wasn't even drinking or nothing. It was crazy. Yeah, it was just weird. Anyways,
Oh,
the
man.
things you see trucking.
Container Guru, remind me not to park where the Lettuce King parks.
Why?
Because he's afraid you'll get out of the truck in that friggin' outfit.
Oh,
That's why. He'll be cruising across the lot, see you in that outfit, and crash the truck.
It could be.
Oh, man.
Am I going to the Match Truck Show in 2022? There's a lot of stuff I want to go to next year, but
That was the plan at one point, was it not?
Yeah.
To put the new truck in
Yeah,
at Mass.
I'm going to try to get down to Wilkins for sure, and maybe Wildwood in April if I'm rolling by then.
Yeah.
So much to do, so little
So
time.
little time. I was thinking about the time that you and I took those loads of furniture up to Klamath Falls, Oregon. And you remember we cut north at Winnemucca and started doing that back road.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what,
Yeah,
140 I think it was.
yeah, with the cows and shit.
Yeah, with the cows and crap all over the place. We stopped at this little bowling alley / diner for dinner, and
That was a fun time.
that was I think that was the same trip when Auger got mad because you wouldn't buy the chain, or you wouldn't install the chains.
I wouldn't chain up.
Wasn't that the same trip?
I think so. Yeah.
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 We stopped in Grand Island, Nebraska, on the way out. We heard the weather was just crap west of us, and I already had chains, but Lettuce King called the company we were working for, and they sent him enough money to buy some brand new chains. So they knew he had brand new chains. We got to Little America that night.
Yeah.
We got up in the morning, and it was chains only
Yeah.
outside the truck stop.
I'm the little sister.
On the Little Sister. So I didn't know the Lettuce King had called in already. He was somewhere else off it, and I went in to get my coffee. I thought I'll call Auger, who is the dispatcher. He was a really good guy. I call Auger just to check in, my morning check-in call. First thing he says is, "Take that idiot friend of yours, chain his truck up, and you fools get going," is what he said. And I thought, wow, that's kind of harsh. He was usually pretty calm. But it turned out that the lettuce king had already talked to him that morning and said, "Oh, we can't move because they got the chain law up." And Auger pages through his notes and goes, "Hey, we just sent you money for chains." And the lettuce king goes, "Oh yeah, and they're shiny, and I'm not wrecking them by putting them on the truck." and hung up. I remember another time getting in trouble with him because we were in Michigan and we just washed the trucks at Dexter and it started to rain.
Yep, I pulled over in a wrap.
Yeah, it wouldn't get the truck dirty because we just washed it.
That happened a lot, though.
Yeah, it happened a lot. We sat there for like a day and a half, didn't we? Just because we didn't want to get the trucks dirty. It was a while, anyway.
Has one of us ever had a Marmon truck? Santa, that would be you. You're Santa.
I have never even driven a Marmon. What happened to Shorty Campbell's truck stop near Rosemead, California? Do you remember it? I don't even remember that truck stop.
No, I don't.
I don't even remember it. So I don't know what happened to it, George. Huh?
It's been a while since.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I don't. When was the last time you were in California?
If you guys break into the 12 Days of Christmas, I wrote that Christmas song for you. Remember?
That's right.
I forgot, Kathy. I wrote a Christmas song. It was so awesome too.
Kelly Patterson going down Highway 140. God. How did you like that 8% grade drop down the 1.5 lanes on the twisty road? Yeah, it was. Kelly Patterson knows that road, so yeah, I remember it was a pretty challenging road. A lot of livestock there too, and neither one of us had ever been across that 140, but we're going into Klamath Falls, but it was quite an adventure.
I just remember the first part. It was on the 12 Days of Christmas. My true love came with me in my Pete to Miami.
Try to remember the other lines. God. It's a great song. John M., if you guys break into the 12 Days of Christmas, I will pull over to laugh. He wrote a song, and it's hilarious as hell, and now he's sitting here trying to remember the verses. Waiting for one of you to say 4 pounds of back bacon.
No.
I'll try that again here. Sorry. Jimmy Savage coming in with a $10 donation. Thank you very much for that, Jimmy. Hope you're enjoying the stream thus far.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Man, I had it all wrote out.
Yeah. You don't remember it now?
Oh. I have to wing it. I can't remember it all. 2 Spicer boxes.
That's right.
In my Pete on the way to Miami. Anyways.
Tim Field, let the lettuce king meet learner of learner trucking. I did a skit where I imitated Derek Leathers of Werner Trucking.
Oh.
And I called it Learner Trucking. And
Is that when you had the hockey stick tape?
No, I dyed my actually she dyed my beard and my hair black. That's like classic. black.
Yeah.
And I was afraid that crap wasn't coming out. I did it, for a laugh for the video, and then I walked around town here for a week.
The Rosemead truck stop doesn't exist. And the Lettuce King has never met the Southern Shaker, David.
No. Neither one of us has.
Never met the man.
Sans Stugotz is coming to town. Roger Penske hauls sea cans out of Long Beach and L.A. And Roger, I read here just yesterday there's over 100 trucks anchored off the shore now, and they're having bylaw issues.
100 trucks anchored
off. 100 ships. Sorry, thank you. 100
no
ships
kidding.
Anchored off the coast.
It's been a while since I've been anchored off the coast.
And they've got bylaw issues as to how high they can stack the containers. Because you're just doing that to tick me off. Flipping that damn hat.
Hey, did you hear that they were putting in at the scales there, sniffers, environmental,
yes,
the carb sniffers
I read that.
As you drive through?
Yeah.
Oh, God, my V8 would have I would have knocked the whole system out when that thing would just roll.
Well, I remember that Marine cat
that
smoking me out a few times, going up Sherman.
I just did that on purpose.
Have you ever met Bob Spooner? Yes, we did.
Yes, I have.
And we were both in Texas together at the same time and ran into him. You remember?
Funny enough, I was going to wear my Bob Spooner T-shirt today.
You have a Bob Spooner T-shirt?
I do. I got it from him at the Louisville Truck Show 3 years ago or so.
Oh, I didn't even know there was such a thing.
But I thought you would never see it under this snazzy outfit I'm wearing here.
That's true. I think I'd have gone for the Spooner T-shirt over that friggin'
Well,
shirt.
you know, this was Kathy's request, and you got to keep Kathy happy.
And who requested that damn hat?
That was a bonus.
Oh God!
Twin Stick Garage. No, that guy's in.
Saskatchewan
He's in
or
Saskatchewan
Alberta?
or Alberta or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, forgot. All stars need to have. Gotta pick the brown.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my green room experience. M&Ms. The brown one. Look at all the brown ones.
Give them to Dave.
The Lettuce King said all stars get M&Ms, and he didn't want the brown ones. We were supposed to pick out the brown ones for thanks. All right. David Ellison, Ted's Truck Stop in Ashfork, Arizona. Long gone. Great steaks, long gone. Ashfork, Arizona.
Oh, here we go. Ken.
Yep, Bob Spooner's still on the road. Yep. Who's the better driver, Dave or the Lettuce King? It depends on what you're doing.
I'd say there's no contest over 80 miles an hour because the Lettuce King has way more experience on that than I do. You know who's better than both of us is Richard Pierce. We both know Richard Pierce.
Richard is the man.
Richard can outdrive the crap out of both of us.
The coolest cat in town.
Nicest truck too.
A triple
Wow.
T. Triple T in Tucson. That's a good spot.
Yes, it is. Man, last time I was in there, it was like deserted. Could have
Really?
shot a cannon through there. I don't know why.
Every time I go there, I remember blowing the rad hose off my truck on the way back up from
Nogales.
Nogales. And having to get the water out of the ditch full of frogs and grass and whatever.
Muppet wants to know why they call you the Lettuce King.
Oh, because I'm the king of lettuce.
Expand on the story, though.
Well, there was a cooler in Salinas that their brand of lettuce was called Lettuce King. I don't remember which cooler it was.
I don't either.
Anyways, a forklift guy had a hat on, remember? It said
Yeah.
Lettuce King. Anyways, so I got that hat. And I come rolling into the truck stop, just wearing the hat. No big deal one day. And then you and I think Len were at Balsaman's in Grand Island were giving me the grief about the Lettuce King hat. So then the next time I showed up, I had the crown and the whole shooting match. And that was it. It just never stopped. It's all Dave's fault.
Keep those out of his way.
When was the last time you fellas were at Jubit's?
Oh, man. The last time I was at the Jubit's was when I ran the restaurant manager's car over. Remember that? I was westbound in the rain,
Yeah.
and I had my black 87 359, and she come up around a cloverleaf and I was just passing a truck that was in the right-hand lane. I was in the left lane, and she come up the ramp and tried to get between me and the truck in the right lane. I turned her sideways, pushed her across the bridge, and then she rolled about 4 times in the median. Still to this day, I don't know how she didn't die because her car was full of bowling balls. There was bowling balls all over the median. Anyways, when she was fine. She got out of the car. She said, she should know better, and she was the manager of the Jubit's truck stop.
I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, so...
And that's a few years now.
Yeah, oh yeah, because I had that black and
Yeah.
gold 359.
That's a while ago now.
Yeah.
BW22 coming in with the $14 donation as well. Thank you very much for that, my friend. Hope you're enjoying the stream today.
Pin.
Hey, Tim, thank you.
Pin.
Pin.
Now everybody's gonna have to
Million
listen
mile.
to these fucking...
Hey,
Oh, sorry.
our place is open again in the TA in Morris. It's infested with Swift trucks.
TA and Morris used to love the all-you-can-eat steak
Yeah.
in Morris, eh?
Yeah, in Morris.
Yep.
What else did they? Oh,
I just remember that place was difficult to get in and out of.
yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But that was in a smoking good restaurant.
Have I ever hauled cars? Have I ever hauled cars? Oh, Dave, have you ever hauled cars?
I
Dave?
did haul cars. Did a few loads of them for Atlantis there to the West Coast. And I liked it all right. I liked it all right. Look at Kathy cracking up over there.
Dave, what was going through your mind when Dave ran over the hood of that car and the cop came by and said they shouldn't be parked there anyways?
Oh, that was in Montreal. That wasn't you that was with me. That was Murray, and we went in early in the morning into Montreal because we had to pick up, and we were in this old downtown section. By the time they got us loaded, 8:00 was around.
Yeah.
And all the office buildings had opened up, and there were cars parked both sides of the street all the way around us, and we couldn't get out. And we ended up, Murray did it first, and literally hopped the trailer over the hood of a car to make the corner. And just after he did it, this cop showed up. He'd seen it, and he looked and he said, "You know, these guys aren't supposed to be parked here. You guys go on ahead." And we went, "Oh God." We thought we were going to jail, but no, he was a really good cop.
I had one similar to that in Montreal. Same deal. I was just pissed off because I was even there.
Yeah.
Going to the docks to pick up a load with a flatbed, swinging off in Notre Dame wide to make the right hand turn because there was a strip joint on the corner.
Yeah.
And I swung way out wide, and then a car came up in the left hand lane just as I was pulling up, so I had to stop and then back up a little bit. And this
French person?
page 4 pulled up. I could see him. He was still, they shoved it in reverse, backed up anyways, backed into him, and then away I went. He followed me all the way to the dock with his best French accent. Hey, I said, I don't know what you're talking about. There's pieces of his car on my ICC bar and stuff like that. Eh? And the cops came. I told him what happened. The cops said, don't worry about it. So, anyways.
There's some good cops in Montreal.
Yeah. Have I always built my own trucks? No, I haven't always built my own trucks. I have bought some that are pretty much ready to go.
Hang on a second.
So we did a stream, this would have been several months ago, where we had a list of pre-prepared questions for Dave, and we went through them one by one. Well, actually, he went through them by himself. I don't really remember why. Anyways, so I have a list of questions for you guys, and we'll let the guests go first on these, and then Dave. So, what is your favorite food to eat on the road, and where does it come from?
Ooh. I would have to say my favorite was the turkey dinners at Little America. I used to get. Oh.
In the microphone.
Turkey dinner. At the Little America.
And mine was steak at the Big Texan in Amarillo.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah,
Gotta
that was
say,
my favorite
not
stop
a
for
bad
food.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what was your favorite state or destination to drive in, drive to?
I was an Arizona guy. I liked Arizona the best. Myself. Used to hang out at Denny's Truck Oasis and,
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Yuma, Arizona, I think, was probably my favorite spot.
Yeah.
Love Yuma.
Just take a second to acknowledge the donation here. Ack is coming in with a $5. Thank you very much for that. To your knowledge, are truckers required to be vaxxed in most companies?
What was that?
That's
they're still arguing that, are they not?
Well, that's why he asked to your knowledge.
I think it's mandated. It's whether they're enforcing it. If individual companies are enforcing or not is my understanding.
Yeah, I think that's right because.
We'll say that.
Yeah, that it's mandated again now, but the companies haven't been enforcing it.
Some are, some aren't.
Yeah, some are, some aren't. So that's my understanding on it. But the stuff changes so rapidly; it's hard to keep up with.
Lisa Marie Coleman coming in with the 5 beans as well. Thank you very much for that. She says she loves the Little America. Speaking of these questions, what is your favorite brand of truck?
Lettuce King.
Okay.
Well, I'm really partial to the new 770 Volvo myself. I love those sexy, sleek lines, Dave?
Do you?
Yeah. I like the hole cut in the floor so you can have a dump through the floor.
Peter Kenworth.
I like either one. I could go either way. I don't like the new 990. No, Kenworth or Pete. I see there now. I'm full of a whole bunch of words I can't say. But Kenworth or Pete, I like them both. Go ahead. Let you.
Oh,
You.
did I ever tell you about the time I was in the parade in San Francisco with
Yeah.
the purple Kenworth?
Tell that story.
I can't. It's on page 4 of my paperwork, but I can't tell Corey.
It was when Ellen DeGeneres became famous. Can't tell
No.
that story either.
No, sorry. Got the private
Damn it.
message for that story.
Next question.
This
Maybe I could dance around it.
Next question.
Next question.
dismissed.
What was your favorite attraction to see while on the road? Any like Grand Canyon, Salt
Oh,
Flats,
no.
etc.
Oh no.
Any people maybe you like seeing along the way? Reputable people, to be specific.
My favorite attraction was none of that, but I think the coolest thing I ever did along the way was I went up to Half Moon Bay in California and went surfing.
That's a cool spot.
Yeah, so that was kind of
That's
cool.
That's really cool.
Favorite people?
Or if there was anyone like.
I used to have a friend in Fontana, Eddie Hill,
Oh yeah.
and I used to hang out at his place all the time. And Eddie was pretty cool. He had a badass transfer,
Yeah.
and he's passed on. But
Yeah.
that was always cool to see Eddie and Dave and all those guys down there. But he was the guy that put me in touch with the guy whose cab I shoved in the back of the trailer that time.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd forgotten about Half Moon Bay was like if you loaded in Salinas like we did. Half Moon Bay wasn't that far away.
No,
So
it
Half
was
Moon Bay
half
was
an hour
like a half
north
hour
of Watsonville.
Yeah,
maybe.
north of Watsonville there. And I'd be torn between like I love that whole Pacific coast, but I like the Grand Canyon too. I thought that was beautiful. Or along the Colorado River there.
Yeah, anywhere up the Colorado River.
Yeah.
95 used to be fun to run, especially if you could do it like 100 miles an hour up and down those.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Do that at night and watch the sparks fly off your mud flaps. That was kinda
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, because we get loaded late in Yuma and then try to get back up into Vegas, and we just
Yep, that was fun.
I like that road. I would have never want to broke down on it, but I like that road. No place to pull over. Oh, the boss.
All right, here's a good one for you. Favorite spot to buy roller wieners?
Ooh, roller wieners.
Happily,
Not those kind, Dave.
we always we always made enough money that we didn't have to live on those.
Rollins, Wyoming. No,
No.
I don't think I've ever actually had a roller wiener.
Me
Because
either.
when I was in that too broke to truck and eat thing, I used to get the points on the points card from TA and was it Burns Brothers or something like that?
Petro.
And they had the Taco Bells in there.
Yeah.
Then you get like 69-cent tacos, and I'd live on those things. Oh, sorry.
I remember you coming home eating baby love carrots and that.
Oh man, I crapped orange for a month.
Here's one at the top.
Roller wieners are great if you're constipated. There you go, Dave.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
All right, well, these two aren't on the list, but this is a 2-for-1, and I know this is going to come up anyway, so we may as well ask it while we're on the subject. Favorite fast food location, and the one that doesn't sit with you quite well? I'm sure you know what I mean.
Bad experiences. Beans and bombs.
It's funny, we were just talking about that. The emergency truck ramp. Hey? Am I allowed to tell that story, Kathy?
Might as well know. Yeah.
Well, we got to put the. So we were talking about the emergency runaway ramp due to the Colorado incident,
Yeah.
and I had said that I had had a steak at Grandma's there in Bosselman's in Grand Island once, and I was heading eastbound, and my stomach started growling about Council Bluffs, and I thought, I can make it through to Des Moines, And the closer I got to Des Moines, the more I realized I wasn't going to make it to Des Moines. And I went up this one ramp, runaway truck ramp. I went up there about 100 miles an hour, out the door around the other side, and I hung the old moon over top of over the guardrail and
God.
let her fly.
Oh, Lord.
Is that politically correct enough, Kathy?
Damage is done.
God bless this channel and God bless the Lettuce King.
Yeah.
That's a
There you
fact.
go.
Oh.
All right, well, we'll go something a little bit more appropriate here for a few seconds. Favorite customer and why, if you have one?
Favorite
I
customer?
like going to
Gambles.
Dorigo Brothers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean picking up?
Well, customer, whatever. But I like going to Dorigo Brothers in Salinas. They always treated me really well. I
think they
in
were
and
all
out
the
there.
same in there. I just
Yeah.
didn't like going to Watsonville for strawberries.
Berries,
you know,
yeah.
But, wherever you could park and the pizza man would bring you a pizza.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I used to have the hammock that hung underneath the trailer. And I'd just
Yeah.
sleep under there. And,
Yeah. But yeah, I always like going to Gamble's too. They were good people there. So yeah.
Okay, well, that didn't
Nothing-
last long.
SoCal says nothing like brutal honesty.
All right, anyways, so that didn't last very long. Preferred clothing when it comes to driving, whether or not you want to be honest about this is entirely up to you, but
Wardrobe.
we'll split this up into two. What you would prefer and what you wish you could have for an outfit. If you could bend the rules anyway, which
Oh,
way?
Lord.
I used to like my Little Pony jumpsuit.
Happily, I never saw that.
I don't know how you ever drove with the seat that low with those heels on. The Rocky Horror Picture Show outfit. Such a big hit in Rawlins.
Oh, God.
I don't really think I had a wardrobe, Nick, per se. I was pretty much
What did you wear on your feet?
socks.
Yeah, me too.
I never wore
Socks.
shoes driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Tell the king that the Korean Mafia legitimate business social club, pool hall, poker room, and massage parlor. There's always never mind, and it's only a mile away from Danny's.
Denny's.
Oh, and Yuma. Oh, he's talking about Yuma. He says there's a good spot just outside the Denny's in Yuma.
I knew where all the places were, Roger. Lettuce King, this long matches his truck.
Did you have a favorite pastime while you were on the road? Again, PG.
Tim Field says the Lettuce King, his thong matches his truck.
You just read that one.
Yeah, they just said that. But that's okay. A favorite pastime.
You played your guitar when you were traveling.
Yeah, I used to do that too. But the coolest thing for a little while? In California, they had these, what did they call that? It was like a race park. And they had go-karts and stuff. But,
Yeah.
but they had those little dragsters. Remember? And you could And I used to go and run those little dragsters all the time. I can't remember the name of that place. But that was a good pastime. Kathy's obviously got a better one.
I can't read what I read.
I can't read it.
Oh, that's not fair.
Oh, boo.
I had to delete it.
Um,
It said something naughty.
Let's see. What else?
It was in reference to lack of undergarments.
I liked
Oh.
I liked the Petro in Vegas just because it was close to Shelby's
The Petro in Vegas.
in Las Vegas.
The Petro.
Yeah, and it was just they might have put that up after you quit running out there.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone.
But
Oh, God.
what was the name of the guy that built the Shelby Mustangs?
Oh, Shelby.
Yeah, Carol Shelby.
Carol Shelby.
Carol Shelby's.
Yeah.
Carol Shelby's
Yeah, factory
museum
out there.
and factory
Yeah.
was right there. You could walk. It was across
Yeah.
the street from
Yeah.
where they put the petrol.
Oh.
Maybe it was a
Out by-
pilot.
out by the
Might have been a
racetrack.
pilot. Yeah, out by the racetrack.
No, I raced my motorcycle on that racetrack.
Did you really?
Yeah, when I went out to the mining show. Took a machine out there, and I had
Yeah.
my bike on the
I
trailer.
remember you going with the bike on the
Yeah, and I
on the
drag
step
raced
deck.
my bike out there. It was cool.
Cool.
We're gonna take 5.
You're gonna take 5?
Oh, Kathy's gonna spank us again.
Announce it.
We're gonna take another 5-minute break. We'll be right back. we're we're back. For better or for worse, we're back. Oh man. Elk blood. My favorite is shooting prairie dogs out in Wyoming, South Dakota, and Montana. That's his favorite pastime, elk blood.
I guess so.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about those little fellas.
I
He'd
used
be a
to-
hard target.
Play guitar when I was driving.
You play guitar when you were
Yeah.
driving?
Yeah, you hold it with your knee and
Really?
play to the stereo. I mean, hey, it's Nebraska and Wyoming.
How much damage can you
450
do?
miles of nothing. So straight.
These days, they'd probably consider that distracted driving.
You figure not
I
nearly as
don't
much
know.
as me having a DVD player watching The Sopranos on the dash of the truck.
Don't admit to that stuff.
I've done way worse, Dave.
Uncle Len used to read paperback novels going across 80. Before they came out with the book tapes.
Was that before or after the abduction?
Oh, I'm sorry I said that, brought that up. I think that was before.
You need a topic. You got a topic.
We need a topic. We're not for this foolishness, Dave.
Yeah.
Will Dave ever go back on the road? No, I don't think so. Sadly, I miss it, but
That is sadly all right.
I just can't bring myself to do it. Oh God, what else have I got? I was writing down memories from some of the trucking that we'd done.
Man.
Well,
Imagine
while we wait for Dave to sort through his unorganized notes there, I got a question for you, Lettuce King. Did you have a favorite thing to listen to on the road while you were on the road?
Oh,
Music,
thing I listened
radio.
to.
Intelligent
God,
podcasts.
Well, I wish that the satellite radio was more, at the time, because I remember when it first, I was like, I'll never pay for that, but I always listened to stuff that was a little more edgier, Disturbed and that kind of, barbecue your dog, killer rock and roll. type
So
of
basically
stuff.
what I listened to when
Yeah,
I was a
basically the good
teenager
stuff,
then.
you
Yeah,
know.
okay. Dave likes
Patsy Cline.
soft jazz,
Yeah, show
classical
tunes.
Beethoven,
Yeah, it fits in with his clothes.
He
or lack
likes
thereof.
stations, if you look in the Tavo, best of the 60s, best of the 70s,
Yeah.
over and over.
We're old. What can you say?
Yeah, I got some hard
Right.
rock stations on there. I was remembering the time that made a mistake on the date on your paper logbook, and you were coming out of L.A.
Yep.
heading for Salinas and got pulled over.
Yep.
And how did that all work out? I remember you.
Not well.
Yeah, I remember you being pretty mad about it.
Yeah, so I'd been laid over in Ontario for a couple of days, and then got the load, and away I went. And I'd gone up over the grapevine and was heading out towards oh God, what's the name of that place? Anyways, it doesn't matter. I was on a 2-lane road, and it was 55 miles an hour, and I was in the middle of a pack of cars. Cars in front of me, cars behind me, and this white polar bear coming at us, spun around, and I had just come out of there. There's this little pullover and made myself a sandwich.
Yeah.
Pulled me over, and it was this miserable old page 3 woman. And I'm looking at you, Kathy, for the censor. And so she was not impressed that I asked if she wanted some of my sandwich. I thought it was only fair to feed the bears, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I give her my log, and she told me to stand over there, put my hands on the car while she was looking at my paper.
Right.
She proceeded to say, "What?" Like looking at my, pointing at my logbook. "What is this? You?" And she's looking like this, and I'm over there. So I walk over. What's what?
And she pulled a gun?
Oh yeah. She's like, "I told you to step."
Okay.
No problem.
Yep.
Anyway, so this went on for a while, and she was going on that I had pre-flighted my logbook because I was in Ontario, on this date, not this date. And I'm like, "Listen, honey, that's Ontario, Canada, not Ontario,
Oh, yeah.
And we went through this whole thing. So she looked for the longest time till she found something, and it was just because back 15 days earlier, I'd written the same date on 2 sheets. You could clearly tell they weren't the same sheet. They were just a different wrong date.
Just a mistake.
And I go, "Come on, I just wrote the wrong date." Like, you can see it all jives, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, "It's just a mistake." She goes, "Well, that little mistake's going to cost you $1,500 or whatever she said." And I went, "You think so, do you?" And I never did pay it. Ever.
And that's why the Lettuce King doesn't run into California. A few tickets like that.
I was there afterwards with the V8 truck and got pulled into the scale down by San Diego. Man, my butt was puckered. I figured for sure I'd be wearing the jewelry there, but no, we rolled through. And away we went.
You crossed at Truckee one time too, and I remember you sweating bullets because
I always sweat bullets in Truckee.
Yeah, you had a
not
ticket.
Quite like Chinaman though.
Oh.
But,
do you know that whole story? That was highway robbery.
It was funny though.
It was funny. He got screwed.
Yeah.
But what were you smoking to do that, to volunteer to go in in
Truckee?
Yeah, in Truckee of all places.
That's just like opening up your cheeks and going.
Pin at the top.
Pin at the top. Best music for trucking, hard and heavy. God, there's so much. Like I said, I go back to Disturbed all the time. Love Disturbed.
I listen to a lot of AC/DC and Great White and stuff like that.
Yeah, those aren't that genre.
I never
Dave,
listened to
just in case you don't know.
Donna Summer.
I did like Donna Summer. I didn't go trucking with Donna Summer though, but the hard stuff because it kept me awake.
I've really actually turned into a Korn fan lately.
Oh, you like Korn?
Myself. Yeah.
Yeah, my sister listened to a good amount of that. I like some of their more popular songs. Their off-brand stuff.
Brian Voss.
The majority of it, though, I like.
Brian Voss says this is hilarious. He'd love to hear the unedited stuff.
I was gonna say your sister's never been right since the teacup ride. I don't think.
You know what, Bocage? I have not heard of that song. Have you heard of that song about the worst truck driver, Swift truck driver?
There's actually a song about Swift truck drivers?
Apparently, I haven't heard it. There's one about FedEx at Christmas time sliding through the ditch.
I was going to say, just go, "You suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck."
There's got to be more to it than that. Rush is my all-time favorite band ever. Really? SoCal?
Rammstein. There you go.
Rush, this is a true story. SoCal. When at our high school, when we couldn't get enough money to get a real band for a dance, we'd hire Rush, and I hated Rush. That guy dressed like a weirdo. But I guess they were more popular in the States than they ever were in Canada. But he has a cottage. Geddy Lee has a cottage just over here.
Geddy Lee owns Ontario. So.
Yeah, I think he's doing all right.
You know, like musically skilled wise, like as a band, like they were like incredible.
Oh yeah, incredible musicians for sure.
Yeah, which is
Really?
if you
Yeah.
realize
I know
that.
the drummer was supposed to be pretty awesome. His drummer's
Yeah.
called.
The whole band,
Probably the
yeah.
best in the world.
Really?
Yes,
That
sir.
good?
Neil Peart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That good?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Alex Lyson, probably one of the most underrated guitar players.
Adam Bennett says, "What about Jerry Reed?" I
Reed was
liked
awesome.
Jerry Reed. Yeah.
He just because he just never took things too seriously.
Yeah. No, I like Jerry Reed.
Yeah.
They received the Order of Canada.
There you go, Dave.
Rush did.
Yeah.
What's the Order of Canada?
I have no idea, but it sounds important.
It does sound important. I never heard of it. The Order. Well, you never know. I guess it's kind of like Canadian knighthood.
It's like getting a pizza.
Yeah,
Canadian knighthood.
Canadian knighthood.
They bow in front of a moose or something.
Shannon says he doesn't think that we can be friends anymore. Don't just because I've got a strange buddy across the table from me, Shannon. Don't judge me solely by that. And that's
And Dave, you've been asked twice now if you've ever been inside the Denton Peterbilt factory.
No, I haven't.
You
I've
been
driven by it a bunch of times. I've never been in there.
Yep, I've been there.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I want to go there for the truck show. They have like an invite-only truck show
At Denton.
at Denton. Yeah, the factory. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yes, sir.
SoCal says it's the highest civilian Canadian honor. Did you know that?
I haven't got one yet.
Fred Besner.
Like the Order of Canada.
Yeah.
No, you can't read that.
It says
LK. It says LK for
For
Order of Canada.
The Order of Canada is Canadian
Lettuce
National
King.
Order.
Lettuce King for Order of Canada. He's nominating you. That's pretty flattering.
Thank you, Fred.
Fred.
Thank you, Fred.
He's a Gary Mercer guy. He
Well,
knows
you
what's
know,
going on.
Gary's
He's
got
smart.
good taste.
Gary's got
Always-
good guys over there.
Always liked Gary.
Yeah, I did too. Still do.
You get a topic to talk about yet?
The Order of Canada. The Order of Canada is Canadian National Order and the second highest honor for merit in the system of orders, decorations, and medals for Canada after the Order of Merit. Sorry. So second highest.
Huh. Tell me this, Lettuce King.
Yes, Dave.
Have you ever counted the number of unpaid fines that you have in the United States?
No.
Would it be fair to say it was more than 20?
There's a good chance of that.
Good chance of more
I
than
cannot
20?
confirm nor deny that.
Could you honestly say that you're probably wanted in 20 states?
Maybe at one time. I think there's a statute of limitation of some of that stuff.
Oh, okay. So you'd be all right now.
Kathy's taking away my
There
stuff.
goes. Yeah, there goes my list.
Yeah, no, but they were all stupid shit. Stupid stuff. Mostly speeding.
Yeah,
you know.
mostly speeding.
You got a fast truck. What do you...
Yeah, I know. We were
You
we
know?
were hauling produce. We were getting paid to make the best time
You know,
possible
and
because of the shelf life of the produce.
And I hated getting passed. If you passed me, I
And-
was going
and
to
that-
pass you back.
That's right too. That's true too.
You know,
Have
so...
a little bit of talk about it in trucks or something.
Okay. Which...
Come on, Henny Penny.
YouTube can't handle too much Lettuce King. Nobody.
You're about
Nobody
45
can.
minutes behind.
What was the hardest repair on the side of the road?
That you ever did? I remember you helping me out with a fuel solenoid.
I changed the transmission in the parking lot of a truck stop.
Yeah, I
you,
guess.
you brought it out to me. No, it wasn't you, but it was your driver
Yeah,
brought it out to me.
in LA. Were you? in
No,
LA?
it was in Wyoming. in Cheyenne.
Oh, no kidding. I forgot that.
Yeah. That was about the hardest.
I
thing
guess
to
it
do in
was
a
swapping a
parking lot.
transmission.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of weird. I remember I ran out of fuel going around the Wyoming port that time, remember, and made a wrong turn and ended up in the middle of nowhere and come out to the highway, and there was no truck stop because I was running light on fuel.
Yeah.
I had to suck it out of the reefer tank with a Coke bottle.
The statute of limitations rule is a tough one to find out at 4 o'clock in the morning when you get pulled over and you've been there and done that. Yeah. Who are some of the guys? John, I was trying to think, Fred, who to ask about. John Russell. Is John Russell still there? I'd love to know that. Matthew Pesco. You know you're in trouble when the trooper lectures you before they walk back to write the ticket.
You really know you're in trouble when they handcuff you to the car.
or in the scale.
Yeah.
I always found that, California had a bad reputation. I always had good luck with troopers in California. And actually, I can't ever remember ever meeting a trooper that wasn't a decent guy, to tell you the truth. I never had one that just went off on me stupid or anything like that.
The only one that ever went off was that woman.
The woman.
And she was just old and mean and
Yeah.
just, nasty.
But,
Right?
A mustache?
She might have been the guy from Rollins. You never know, right? But I got caught for a lot of stupid crap out there, but that I thought was stupid. But they were never, they were just being cops. They weren't supposed to be my friends. So
one of the best ones I ever met, I had loaded an aircraft engine out in San Francisco, and I was coming back, and I was going through Nebraska at night, and I had the low boy for the aircraft engine, and there's this guy got on the interstate behind me, and his high beams were just in my mirror all the time. So finally I got sick of this, and I flicked on my backup lights on the back of the bunk. Flicked them a few times. He didn't get the hint. So after a while I just got sick of the high beams in my mirror, so I just left my lights on too. Well, I don't remember. I think I must have pulled over finally just to let him by or whatever. I don't know what happened. But I get pulled into the North Platte scale. It's open. I get pulled into the North Platte scale. I know I'm not overweight because I've only got this jet engine on, and I get the round back thing. So I saunter in there, and there's this guy in there just mattered in a wet hen, and he's the guy in the pickup truck. Swears up and down I've been trying to blind him and run him off the road, and so the trooper looks at me and says, yeah, he's had his high beams in my mirrors for the last 20 miles. So finally I got fed up and flicked on my backup lights, and this guy says, you turn those on me again, I'll shoot them out. And at that point the trooper lost his sense of humor and told the guy to get going. So anyway, the guy takes off, and he says to me, you better just sit here for a little while with me and give him time to get well ahead of you. So we chatted, and he was a good guy, but he told me this story. To this day, I don't know if it was true or not, but he told me this story about last winter. It got so cold in Nebraska that they got called out. He got called out, and there were cattle on this side road, and the cattle were frozen. Their hooves were frozen to the ground and couldn't get off the road. And to this day, and he said it with a straight face and everything, and I looked at him in the eye, and he never cracked a grin, and to this day I still don't know if that's even possible or not. I don't know if that was a true story or one he made up just because I was a Canadian, he wanted to see how stupid I was, to this day I never knew. But I never forgot that guy. Do you know? Is that even possible?
When you're talking about that, the only thing that makes me think was I had a guy asking me once about hauling frozen chickens in the reefer.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. And he says, yeah, I used to do to the reefer. And this is what I was saying about asking an old guy for experience. Sometimes you'll get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll get something totally
goofy.
Yeah. So I told him that when he went to Tyson or whatever, he had to hire a Mexican chicken licker. And he said, what was that? And I said, well, you back into the door, and they bring a bunch of them guys in, and they lick their feet and stick them on the floor of the trailer. so they can't move around. So I don't know if you could do that with cows, Dave. Maybe that's what you haul frozen beef.
SoCal says, once they handcuff you, just say, I suppose the break's out of a question.
I think that would qualify as your 30-minute break, wouldn't
fair,
it? Are you on duty when you're handcuffed to the stack? I'm not sure.
I was in North Platte another time in the middle of the day on a Sunday, and they had 3 guys in there, all with the same driver's license, except for the picture. The photo of each guy was different, but the name, the address, everything was identical. And the troopers in there were trying to figure out what to do about this. They knew that there was laws broken here somewhere, but they weren't sure just how they were going to handle it.
You sound like fine fellas.
Oh, they were fine fellas. And there was such a commotion going on that
It's on page 5, Kathy. Okay.
I kept doing one of these down the counter because I wanted to listen in to hear what kind of crap these guys were in. And I get like partway down, and the trooper that was dealing with me was going, back to where you were. And I was in there because I had broccoli on, and the lettuce or the ice was melting off the broccoli and draining out the tubes, and I was a little bit heavy on the butt end, so I had to explain, just hang on, I'm losing weight as we sit here. So, and then I tried to sneak down to hear what these guys, they were from Starvan, if that gives you any clue. But, yeah.
Page 5.
Page 5.
Kathy's do not say
Hauling hanging chickens. You can't say that either. David Ellison. I'm getting wise to this.
You read that at the top there, LK?
Hauling hanging chickens, hang them by their...
That's what I said you can't say.
Right. As long as you're not licking it.
Joshua says the Big Texan is amazing. I love the Big Texan. I got to catch up here.
Have either of you driven all night?
Yes.
All night and all day?
Yes. A few times.
I went straight through from Mississauga to Santa Ana, California that one time.
Straight through?
Straight through for you.
Really?
Load of envelopes. Remember that? It was like 32 hours or 36 hours. I slept for like a week.
You beat my record. The most I ever did was I got up in Morris, Illinois, and had damn furniture on.
I think I stopped like 3 times for tacos and fuel.
Yeah, no, my personal best was, although I came home straight back to Toronto from Amarillo one time because Rick asked me to. And then one time I ran straight from Morris, Illinois. I got up in Morris, Illinois in the morning and ran straight into Vegas.
Yeah.
From Morris, Illinois, one of those hot furniture loads.
Shannon likes Dream Theater. Dream Theater, Nick.
Yeah, really good drummer.
John Petrucci, awesome guitar player.
Jeez, you know all
The
these
drummer
guys.
from Dream Theater is now... Do you know who Avenged Sevenfold is?
Mhm.
Yeah, is now the drummer for Avenged Sevenfold. I don't know if you...
It's okay, Dave. You wouldn't know.
I don't know who they are. I was just reading SoCal says, will the real CDL holder please stand up? Well, we're still sitting, SoCal. Yeah. Sadly, both of us have driven all night, and but back then though, the money made it worthwhile, and if you were careful with your paper logbooks, you didn't really get caught. So
What logbook? I think that load, it was like Express. If we got it there, it paid like a fortune.
yeah,
If I
that
remember
was
right on that one.
what it boiled down to.
Yep.
Dave, did you listen to the trucker horror stories from an English guy named Mortis Media? No, it doesn't ring a bell with me. No, trucker horror stories. We could probably contribute to his work.
When he says horror stories, is he page 4? Sorry, Kathy. I was
HORROR.
right. Scared.
Fred
Okay.
Besmer's reminding us of the statute of limitations.
Yeah, unless you're in deer country.
Probably good advice.
God,
Thanks, Fred.
deers.
Yeah.
I have nightmares. Remember, I hit that deer and blew the hood right off the truck.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
I almost said effing deer, pissing deer.
And you were you parked in Walcott with that hood falling off, right?
No, I was east of Walcott. I just gotten on at 80 off of the 280 there, and
Oh yeah.
in Moline there, whatever it is, and
The loose leaf logbook was the bomb. You know what, Matthew Pesco? I've still got my customized hole punch from those days to make them loose leaf. But yeah, God, it's.
He wants to see my list, Kathy.
You
You ever heard the George Carlin skit, the 10 things you can't say?
Yeah, yes.
It's kind of like that.
If you're not really tired, driving at night is nice and relaxing. Yeah, and it can be, yeah. Unless you're in deer country. That's from Yanzo. Yeah, deer put a whole different spin on it. But I was lucky that way. I think I took out one in all my years.
I got one there with the red and white one.
Yeah.
And then I just finished the first green truck.
Oh, yeah.
And got one in Kentucky.
The one with the black mask, that truck?
Yep. Got it in the corner, bent the bumper and the fender, spun it around, did the battery box and the toolbox. And if it wasn't already dead, I would have kicked it to death.
Adam Bennett, that's like 1,700 miles straight. Yeah, it was a bit of a hike, Adam. I remember that. But the only time the deer that I got actually ran into the side of me, hit the fuel tank.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just I don't know what he was thinking, but so I never had any front end damage from it anyway. Matthew Pesco, I crossed through the Truckee scale with 15 minutes after an inspection, hammered down and ran out the load. Good thing they didn't pull you in and want to look at the book there.
Do I play the American Truck Simulator, Nick?
Yeah, so this has been a real ordeal, chat. So listen to this. On the way home, Lettuce King turns around and says to me, I'm sorry to hear that you don't have the American Trucking Simulator hooked up. I said, no, we have it working quite fine. And he kind of looks over at Dave and a little bit confused. And it's at that point Dave chimes in, well, it's working, but it doesn't work the way I want it to. I want it to work like a real truck. And I said, there's no way you think that a toy equipment set used for a simulator is going to work like your however many dollars of truck it is. So it's working just fine. It's just getting the old guy to learn how to use it is the real.
Well, let me ask the
Challenge.
audience this: on the truck simulator,
Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you.
should you have to
Considering
hit
most people here know how to play it, yeah.
should you have to hit the fuel to stop the truck? Somehow that doesn't make sense to me.
But that works for Swift.
Pin up the top,
I never drove a Swift truck.
pin up the top.
I lived by the loose leaf logbook. Matthew, I'd go through 2 to 3 sheets just for one day. Yeah, SoCal. I used to carry 3 of them, just 'cause. But yeah, everybody did though. Everybody did.
I just give up most of the time and
But-
took my chances.
Yeah, but you know what? It worked out fine for us because we just drove till we knew we needed to sleep, and we would sleep until we felt good enough to go again.
It was only an issue if you got into trouble,
Yeah,
which was,
and I never had a wreck. The Lettuce King never had a wreck, and we went for years like that. Everybody did. And the only time they got caught was if they had a wreck. God, remember that one guy that come all the way from California and wrecked like a mile from the marketplace at that bridge abutment?
yeah.
Almost made it. He almost made it.
Oh, there's the question of the day. Does the Lettuce King still run the road?
Yeah.
Not really. So what I do now is I work local, moving heavy equipment, heavy haul, for a construction company. So I built the truck I have now to go back on the road, but I'm at a bit of a conundrum whether I'm going to or not, just because all the reasons that I used to love to run the road are kind of gone. And so I'm having a hard time deciding on whether I want to actually go back and do it again. That's all it is to it. It's just, so I'm all set to go. Get my truck built, get my trailer ready. Just not sure if I want to.
But yeah, so much has changed, eh? Like the good truck
Man.
stops.
The truck stops all suck now. They're and you can't. If you want to eat Subway or Taco Bell or there's hardly any good places. You can't park your truck without somebody ripping your hood off, and it's all the fuel stops are, they're like those stupid little pilots or speedways or there's just nothing fun about it anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't really have to. Either way, I'm pretty set up. So
Fred Besmer says Lettuce King needs to make a deal with the AMT so guys can learn twin sticks and long wheelbase truck turning. American Truck Simulator. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should call those guys up. Say, hey, you want a program in?
maybe.
Pay me this.
From what I've seen, the new breed has a hard time driving short trucks. So,
I got in trouble once in New Mexico because I forgot to draw a line back down to driving and was still in off duty when I got pulled into the scale on I-40 New Mexico. He asked to see my logbook. Yeah, that happens, once in a while. Sometimes you get a guy just a good guy that understands, because everybody would forget to do something like that. But I did what?
Lee Harvey's still trying to figure out his TV remote. I was gonna forward him to Len.
No, God, no!
That
Don't
must be your brother.
don't even get started on that story.
What was the other one I just seen? It was actually a real question.
At the top.
Have you ever long hauled in a cab?
In a cab over. I guess it depends on what you call long haul. I ran said Toronto to the East Coast, so you're talking 500-600 mile rounders, right? One way. Right.
Yeah.
So I did that in a 70s Transtar cab over,
Yeah.
and I drove a Freightliner cab over for a little while, and then for a little while, this was a nasty one. I drove a cab over Kenworth block truck.
Oh yeah.
One of my earlier jobs, like a big front heavy
Yeah.
cab over. Yeah, it was pretty. So, but anyways, yeah, kinda. You could call it that, I guess. Look,
I drove like Toronto to the Sioux round trip in a cab over
Yeah.
for Trimac for a while. Rubber block suspension.
doing a local heavy haul for construction company. Any tips? Tim, really, I don't really have any tips. I mean, I was just lucky because my father was in construction, so I kind of knew everybody as there was. So, I was kind of just a shoe-in for me. That's how I started trucking. I took my driver's license in an old white 2-sticker float truck. So, but I'm sure it's like any other job, man. Just do things slow and that's it. Oh. And now, these messages. 5-minute break.
Okay, thank you.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And now we'll have a 5-minute break.
Oh, you had to announce it.
I guess.
Adam Yee coming in with the $5. We're back, by the way. Merry Christmas to the Lettuce King and everyone at Smart Trucking. Thank you very much for that, Lee. Yee, rather.
Yep, thank you.
Did you ever run for Ippolito back in the day? I know I pulled a few Ippolito loads.
I don't think I ever did.
No?
No, not that I can think of. But
Like I was dedicated to gambles, but I remember doing a couple of Ippolito loads. But you know what? Oh no, maybe they might have been because Gambles released me because they had nothing, so I came back for Ippolito. But I only did that maybe once or twice. But not a favorite place of mine.
Yeah,
but
I can't really remember.
I did pull a couple in for Ippolito.
I know I was on that big mango kick for a while. Remember,
Maybe that's when.
what you would call
Future?
it? Yeah, from McAllen.
Yeah.
From McAllen. It was like the mango kid for like.
Maybe that's when I was in there.
Yeah, maybe.
What else? Oh God. Yeah, those were the days. None of them good.
Who didn't stop in eastern Wyoming to get a Wyoming sticker? That was Len.
That was Lynn all the time.
That was awesome. He had to go back, what, like 250 miles or something like that?
Yeah. He was.
He was pretty much to Rollins when they caught him, eh?
Yeah.
God, I used to do that too, all the time, though.
Oh, yeah, we all
That-
did it. The
that-
only reason Len got caught was he was doing like 90 miles an
Yeah.
hour or something.
That in Arizona. Used to do that in Yuma all the time. Remember, roll into the
Oh,
port?
yeah. Did they even give you a sticker? No, you just checked in,
No,
right?
you just checked in.
Yeah. I remember rolling up. I loaded in Nogales and didn't get out of Nogales really late and got into the, oh God, what was the next port when you were going east? Was it a New Mexico port?
Which where? Sorry.
Like after you loaded Nogales, you
Yeah.
go back up to the interstate and start heading for home. And there was a port there that you had to cross through.
Well,
What
Arizona still had the eastbound side, that little shack on the side of the road.
Maybe that was it.
That was one. It was always closed, but the
Yeah.
one night I was super heavy, like I'm rolling around there, and it was open, and I had to put the boots right to her. And as I rolled by, my truck died. The fuel shut off solenoid,
that's
so I
right,
was
I
sitting in the
remember that.
dark at the end of the ramp trying to get the truck going again.
Well, I remember they were always closed,
Yeah.
and one night I rolled in there and they were open.
Yeah.
And I was half asleep. I'd been up all day and all night. And the guy takes one look at me and says, pull it round back. And I didn't even know what I'd done wrong. And I didn't have my seatbelt on. And the guy wrote me a seatbelt
Really?
ticket. Yeah, just
Yeah, that would have been that one.
goofy.
What was
Goofy.
it? Have I ever had a lot lizard knock on my door?
Tim Field says, cats, give them a spanking again.
Wait till after this chat.
Tim, she says, wait till after this chat.
I've been good, Tim.
I-
I have my list.
I think we're both in deep poo.
To see who's naughty or nice.
Yeah.
It's the power drain from the Lettuce King's ugly Christmas sweater causing the lights to go out. Run the garment or the gauntlet,
Why not?
Muppet.
Why don't you tell them they can look forward to a video where you two discuss the Colorado accident
Yes. Well, the lettuce.
on a serious note?
Yes, on a serious note, the Lettuce King and I did a video here this afternoon earlier about this travesty of justice that's gone on with this guy in Denver and the 110-year sentence. So be sure to watch for that video when it pops up. But unbelievable. Anyway, you'll have to. We're curious to see how that's going to pan out, frankly, because we both feel that the guy didn't deserve anywhere near the 110 year. Not just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Who is on Dave's naughty list?
Everybody.
You, for wearing that friggin' hat.
Hold on.
The sweater's bad enough.
Where's my button?
Just don't even make it.
There we go.
Oh man. Matthew Pesco says, awesome. Greetings from Finland. Hey, Kai. Greetings, sir. That's a long way. Shannon. Dave, you didn't stop in eastern Wyoming to get a Wyoming sticker and was caught in western Wyoming. Had to go all the way back. No, that wasn't me. That was a friend of ours that did that. We all did it. We just never got caught except for Len. Len was the only guy that got caught. He got caught because he was like really speeding hard. So they pulled him over, asked to see the sticker, and made him go back and pick up the sticker. And we lost basically about 500 miles, about 250 round trip on that deal. But no, Shannon, that wasn't me. That was Len, Uncle Len.
The infrastructure bill.
This intermission is brought to you by the Roadkill Cafe. Grilled Mortal. Hey, Grilled Mortal's in the house. This is a local man, Grilled Mortal.
He's already commented he's been here since the beginning.
If scanners are illegal, Dave, why do they sell them in the truck stops?
That's a good question, and it's not they're not illegal everywhere. Certain states have a problem with them, and the scanner that Michigan pulled out of my truck was a weather scanner. And I argued back and forth with that guy. He didn't care. A scanner is a scanner is a scanner. And I used the weather scanner so I could know when to wash my truck and know when I was going to hit snow. But he didn't care. give me, I think it was a $110 ticket and took the scanner.
That one that I had wasn't even plugged in. It was in the bunk up in a closet.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
sometimes Michigan could be a bit of a jerk. Yeah, no brakes equals 110 years. Yeah.
Off the record.
Jesse,
What's the
good evening,
fast-
Smart Trucking family, and the legend himself. Just got done with my 12-hour shift trucking around Central PA. There used to be just a canoe full of really fancy rides that come out of PA.
Yeah. Oh, there still is. A
Is
lot,
there-
of,
is
lot
there?
of cool potato trucks coming out of it. There's one guy that's got this really nice green 359. It's like
Yeah.
a minty green with some
Oh.
with the Peterbilt.
There was one out
that's
of
sweet truck.
Wisconsin like that, a guy named
Yeah.
Van Pelt.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
I think he was out of Wisconsin. It was a really pretty green.
Kathy's
Hey.
jacking my M&Ms.
Captain Nice Guy, hey man. In that light, the Lettuce King looks like he's been eating carrots nonstop again. He remembers the story.
Yeah, no kidding.
That was the nice thing about one of the good things about Gambles. If you'd gone through a couple bags of carrots,
Yeah.
they didn't complain.
Like a rolling coal out of his signature in front. Are you even talking about a signature 600 perchance? I had one of those in my 2000 Orange 379.
That's right.
That was the biggest piece of
That's right.
that
I
I've ever
forgot.
owned in my life. What a piece of crap! That right next to the Detroit. That thing was horrible.
That's right. I forgot you had a Cummins
Yeah.
briefly.
Yeah.
Tell the guys about the story about you having the Detroit in at Walcott there and the guy offering to.
We were at the Walcott, Iowa truck show, and I don't think I had the hood open because it was pretty embarrassing. But anyways, somebody was commenting about something, and I was going on about what a piece of crap and junk and everything that this Detroit diesel was. It couldn't get out of its own way. It was a piece of crap, blah, 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 blah. And then this other guy walked over, and I can't remember his name now, and he introduced himself, and he said, my name is such and such, and I'm head of R&D at Detroit Diesel, and, we'd like to make your truck run. So they programmed a new ECM for it and shipped it out to Delaney and Elf in Bakersfield, met me out there. They put it in, they tuned it all up, and it was supposed to rip the world on fire, and it was still a piece of crap. But they tried.
But it was a lot better though.
It was a little bit better, but it certainly was no cat. I mean, it was a DDEC 2. It just had no...
It was just a smaller block motor though.
Yeah, it wasn't, but it was, to me, it was...
Well, when you're used to a 3408.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so...
So this question has been asked, may have been asked already. Manual or auto? Manual, all day long. No question. Lettuce King, I don't even have to ask.
A what? What's an auto? That's some guy that used to work at the truck stop in Lake Station. Clean toilets, didn't he?
Oh, man.
Oh, here we go.
No, look at here's the debate. Nick Earl, cats are junk. Boy, them's are fighting words, aren't they?
Well, Lettuce King, what do you have to say to that?
Well, I could use page 2, 4, and 6 all in that comment. So, SoCal's them, and he loves this. You know what? My truck that I drive right now has a Cummins in it. My float truck.
Yeah.
Because, you have no choice, right? It's out of
Yeah,
the pack.
that's all you can get anymore.
And literally with, 50-ton machine, 40-ton machine, the thing can't get out of its own way.
Oh, really?
It's brutal.
Just can't.
And, my 400 cat would eat it for breakfast. But, it goes to work every day and makes money. So it's never broken. The thing's 5-6 years old now.
Well, that's pretty good.
And I've never had an issue with it. So, it's okay. It's no cat, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
Well, a lot of guys don't haul heavy. They just don't want to break down.
Well, I do both. So.
Yeah, I hated breaking down. But it was I ran Cummins until the Lettuce King embarrassed me so badly that I started buying cats after that. And I had good luck with all of them.
I laid a good whooping on you, didn't I?
Yeah, just On Sherman. It
Yeah.
was on Sherman.
Yeah, I think I was up to the top eating lunch by the time you got there.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty
bad.
pretty sad. It was a pretty sad whooping.
For
In my experience, both cats I own broke down with me with lots of electrical issues on his cats.
Oh yeah.
How old?
Well-
What year were the cats? That's interesting. I never had electrical issues with any of mine. But
Well-
if they were the newer ones, maybe.
Again, right? My cat thing kind of ends at the C model, mechanical, right?
Yeah.
Anything electronic, I just,
Yeah. Richards had good luck with his 600.
Yeah,
eh?
600. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
He's got over. He's coming up to 4 million miles.
Yeah. Still pre-emission though, so it's
Yeah.
nothing on it.
Yeah.
You know.
600 cat
Yeah.
coming up to 4 million miles. There is no life-changing experience than running heavy with a stick Packard MX-13 motor.
Can't give them away. Yeah.
Can't give them away. I don't know if I've run across anyone that likes these Packard engines. You?
That likes them?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I can't. I haven't run across anyone.
Every
like-
time anybody I know I've never known anybody that actually buys them.
Yeah.
I know a couple of people that have had them in like loaner trucks and things like that, and they're just crap, But
Captain Nice Guy, here's a video suggestion. Lettuce King demonstrates how to drive twin sticks. Maybe impractical in this day and age, but certainly would be informative and entertaining.
another shy Nick. Here's the thing with twin sticks. I don't really think there's a way to do it. It's just like walking in the dark. You just feel your way. You can do it 50 different ways of getting to the top. It's just how, like if you're climbing a hill and you start dropping gears, you're going to go through the auxiliary before you bother changing the main box, or, you got to really be fancy. Sometimes you go this way, sometimes you go that way. You go both ways, Dave.
But so much of it depends on what the rear end ratio is in the truck too.
And just everything, how your truck runs, what you just feel your way around them. It's people ask me all the time, how do you drive? You just kind of feel your way through it. What it needs, you get to know.
Yeah, I generally I'd use the auxiliary more than the main box. Like I'd be, go 2, 3, 4 in the auxiliary, pull back on the main to another one, 2, 3, 4 in the auxiliary again.
You do, but you don't always have to do that.
You don't always have to do
and
that.
a lot of them overlap each other, so the way you go up might not be the way you come down.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going up a ladder drunk.
That's an interesting analogy. Yeah.
The way you go up might not,
Yeah.
So, it's...
Fred Besmer says, we have a Packard engine that grenaded in our shop, 314K, and the block is now scrap. 314K. So, Fred, warranty, hopefully, I would think. And a guy with Gary's pull could certainly get warranty. But that's not good, eh? 314K at grenades. But, God, Herd's one Cummins fell apart at like 500K.
Yeah, but it was one of those black pieces of garbage, right?
Was it?
Yeah, it wasn't anything new. That was fairly old. That one in that anteater you're talking about?
No, he had one of the newer ones in the timing gear or something.
Oh, really?
Or the fan, no, it was the clutch fan.
Oh.
It was the clutch fan went out on it early.
Any of these new motors now, they're all so many. It's like anything new now. There's way too many gadgets and gimmicks on them. It's not like a B model or an old big cam Cummins, that there was very few gadgets on them to mess up. You got overhead cams and electronic, injectors and just anything new. You're bound for trouble.
Nick says the cats that he had trouble with the electrical issues, 95 and a 98.
Really? Yeah, I've never heard of that.
That's weird. Yeah, I never had issues that way either. The only issues I used to have on those older ones were head gaskets.
Was it the cat wiring that was the problem? Because I had my 2000 379 with the Cummins in it, and it burned to the ground.
Yeah, it burned to the ground
with electrical issues. But that that was chassis issue, not engine.
Yeah,
So,
I I had that one Pete that caught fire at Gamble's there, but that was a Peterbilt wiring issue.
Yeah.
That wasn't the
Yeah,
cat.
same as
that did
mine.
that, yeah.
Yeah. So, SoCal Sandman, 1.3 miles on his ISX.
Huh.
I mean, the one that I drive every day goes and goes and goes and goes. It's put away for the winter now.
Yeah.
If I drive the other one, but it's it's been good. It's just not. It's not gonna rip your head off, but it keeps running. So
SoCal Salmon's got like 1.3 or 1. I just missed it, but it's
Yeah,
million. But his
1.3.
is like a God. What is that SoCal? Like a 2003 motor, like one of the older pre-emissions Cummins, I think.
yeah, so that'd be kind of similar to my 600.
So
right?
yeah, he's had really good luck with that.
Yeah, see, he replaced the head because of a blown head gasket. Mine, in the 600, I did two heads on it, turbos on it. It had some weird computer issue that it would start shaking and vibrating and doing all kinds of weird things. Like every time I'd run a trip to the coast, I'd come back, I'd have to park it at Cummins in the fence and leave it there for a week and come back, run it. It was just a piece of do.
With all this truck talk, I got to ask, what kind of automobile do you drive?
Ooh, which
Oh
one?
man, tell them about your selection of automobiles.
My daily driver is a 2003 Ford F350 7.3 Power Stroke. I've got a 2016 Scat Pack Challenger 392 6-speed stick. And I have a 1970 Torino with a 547 cubic inch blown injected alcohol burning Boss 9 motor in it. It makes about 2,200 horsepower.
And you should see that thing. And it's just gorgeous. You could eat off any part of that old Torino. It's just mint, mint, mint. Should be in car shows all day long. It's a beautiful thing. And it belonged to the Lettuce King's dad.
Yep, my dad.
Before
bought
he
it.
had it. And his dad bought it new
Yep.
in 70. Yeah, amazing.
69.
69, yeah, because
Tell them about the story you got in trouble with it.
Which one? I've gotten in trouble with it many
there's
times.
The one that the cop caught you, the same cop caught you.
in Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tell that story.
So we were in Du Quoin, Illinois, at a car show, Street Machine Nationals, and because the car runs on alcohol, methanol, it'll only go 20 miles and it's out of fuel. So I had my truck and trailer in a shopping plaza, and I'd do 2 laps of town, and I'd come back and I'd pump it full of fuel, and I'd go again and pump it full of fuel. And the one time I pulled in there where my truck and trailer was, and there was about 10 or 12 Illinois State Patrol cars there. And I thought, oh boy, here we go. And I'm pumping it full of fuel, and they didn't say a word to me. So I walked over to the one guy and I said, I'm really impressed with how cool you guys are with all these cars. I mean, I was running open headers, I had slicks on the car, the whole 9 yards. And the guy goes, well, have a good time. He said, but just don't take advantage of us. Good enough,
Yeah.
So I went to leave. All the cops were gone but one in the parking lot. And I, started her up, and out I went, and I got to the traffic light, and about 4 or 5 of my friends drove by
Yeah.
because we were cruising. It was nighttime.
Yeah.
And I caught up behind him and pulled up behind the first guy and gave him a little blip in the headlights in his mirror, and
Yeah.
he moved over, and I got up beside the next guy, and he give it a little, and I give her a little, and he give her a little. And now what had happened the night before was I'd run some stuff over on the road and blew my tire, the slicks,
Yeah.
because they're so thin.
Yeah.
So this other guy says, I got these old set of these 25-year-old Mickey Thompson big hockey puck tires. You can, they're bald, they're no good for nothing, but you can have them so you can have them for the weekend. So at this point, I've kind of forgotten I have those tires on the car.
Yeah.
And he give it the little blip, and then the last one, I give it the little blip, and the car just went berserk. It lit the tires, it did a hard right-hand turn, bounced onto the shoulder, hit a driveway, went like this, and all the time it's like, alcohol car, it's pretty much wide open.
Yeah.
Like hanging on for my life, I gathered it all up, And I went, wow, that was, what the hell just happened there? And then the red and blue lights in the back. So the driveway that I hit when it, really went crazy was the driveway for the State Patrol headquarters. So those same guys were inside there just getting out of their cars when I went by, tires smoking, flames going. So he pulls, I get out of the car and I look back and I just...
What can you say?
I just laugh. What can I tell you? They give it to me.
Give it to me.
Yeah. So he was good. I got a ticket for $280 for illegally squealing my tires.
Oh, they let you off like.
Yeah, he let me off.
Decent.
So he was a good guy. So that's the story.
Yeah. Most state troopers are decent guys.
He was all right.
SoCal says Starsky and Hutchmobile.
Kind of. It was that Starsky and Hutch is
But
the
newer. Like
that's
Starsky,
that's like
that
a
was the newer one.
75, 76.
Yeah. His is a 70.
Yeah.
Gran Torino, no newer than that, Girl Mortal.
Yeah, Gran Torinos are newer. This was the Cobra Jet Torino.
Yeah, Cobra Jet, 1970 Cobra Jet Torino. Beautiful, beautiful looking car.
Yeah, I guess I did take advantage. Yeah, I didn't mean to. It just got the better of me, If I had had the right tires on it, it would have been fine. Yeah, I couldn't help it. That's what I said.
You're not responsible.
Yeah.
You didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to. Yeah, that's right.
Your story.
Yeah, it just got away.
Yeah, I guess you took advantage of SoCal. Yeah, maybe a little. Couldn't help
There's
it.
some times when they get you with shit like that, you just gotta
Make the best of it.
kind of grin and
Take your lumps.
yeah.
Yeah, I did it. I own up to it.
I got a guy got me in Tennessee with racing another guy with the trucks coming out of Nashville there, and
Oh yeah.
we were laid out really good because he just passed me and I just showed him that.
Yeah.
Just about that time, and he was one of those, what are you two idiots doing, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what can I tell you, man? Yeah, he was pretty good about it all. He gave me a good time.
Adam E says he's talking about the Torino. That's a rare car even in the States, the Torino.
Yeah, it's one of 113 built like it.
So, yeah, pretty rare.
Yeah, it would have been really rare if it was stock. Yeah, oops, page 2, Fred Bell. Glad everybody else is keeping track of it.
Yeah. What do I think of Biden's new infrastructure bill?
Wow, Biden. How many pages do I have here about Biden, Kat?
Chapter 4.
And
Chapter
the hat,
4.
And the hat flips up. It's, we had big hopes for Biden. I think it's fair to say those have been dashed.
I had hopes he'd stay awake.
Yeah.
Now I kind of...
Now you hope he falls back asleep again?
Yeah, I better not say it or the Secret Service will come and get us.
He said he was going to help the trucking industry, and now he's mandated it be all right for 18-year-olds to cross state lines, and he's going to make getting a CDL easier. But I gather he's going to make everyone go through a registered driving school down there now, like what we have up here.
I don't think he really is doing anything.
No, I don't.
I think it's just he's just does what
he's told
when he's asleep.
Yeah.
And because he is, I'm not even going to say it, Kathy.
He's just an old man.
Yeah, the Democrat Party is controlling that poor old boy, but
Trump 2024. Hell yeah, brother.
But yeah, I think, and the cost of that infrastructure bill, just insanely wild.
I'm all for some new roads for
Yeah,
sure. It'd be
absolutely.
nice.
And if you knew the money was
Right.
going to go into the roads, everything would be great.
Yeah, but they're all thieving.
Yeah, you wonder how much of that money will actually make it to the pavement. Yeah, Edward Attarian says, more parking, more training for drivers is what we need. Yes, and drivers need to be better paid, they need to be better trained, and we need more parking.
Yep.
And we've been saying all of these things for years.
It's amazing how they want everybody to stop and go to sleep whenever they want you to do it, but yet there's nowhere to stop and go to sleep.
Yeah, oh yeah. And they mandate that you do it.
Yep.
Adam E. had a 383.
Chrysler.
Yeah, good motor. Saw a lot of those in the the GTXs and stuff like that. Eh?
And these guys on here can say stuff, Kathy, and I can't.
Yeah.
We can kick them out. We
Oh, you can't kick me out?
Do you think trucking hiring will slow down this January? I don't think so, because I think no matter what, they're still going to be short of guys. So I think they're just going to hire as many as they can get their hands on, and then hope it all works out for them.
I think it's just like fishing with a net. They grab as many as they
Yeah.
can and see what survives.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, if they lose 50%, they still gain. You know, they're not looking for quality anymore. They're looking
yeah,
for quantity.
yeah. That's
You know,
yeah, which makes it know right there. This Colorado accident sentencing should be a wake-up call. Don't think, Edward, that that's not going to scare a whole bunch of guys off when they look at trucking and realize you could come up at the end of the day with something like that from just going to work.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's going to hurt the recruiting.
that's going to hurt the recruiting, says Kathy. That's one hell of a deterrent.
Cliff says here, why do Canadians worry so much about us? Don't they have their own problems?
You don't.
Well, there's no real trucking in Canada, so anybody that wants to make any money at all trucks into the States.
Well, that and pretty much everything down there affects us.
Yeah, that's
Well, it
yeah.
does eventually
Right.
affect us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I
But-
mean, you know, we more than have our own problems. Our guy's a total moron. Can I say that?
You can.
He's a total moron. Read my lips. Total moron.
I would agree. I can't.
Bleeding
Yeah.
heart liberal moron. Okay.
Feel better?
Feel better.
Yeah, but yeah, any. There is no God. I was gonna say there's no decent trucking in Canada. Like, look at our truck stops.
Muppet coming in with a $2 donation from Australia. Thank you very much for the 2, Muppet. Hope you're enjoying the stream today.
Bookhead says, "Have I ever worked for a mega carrier? The biggest carrier I ever worked for was Transex, which isn't in the same league as an American mega carrier. They were, big for up here in Canada. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. How many trucks would you think Transex has or had? I only lasted there a few months, and it was supposed
God, too many.
Yeah.
They're like bison.
It was
right?
kind of an inside deal. I was supposed to get a contract that they had and haul it for myself. So I hire on there, go through their training, and then the deal falls through. I was supposed to be hauling produce out of Gamble's up in northern Ontario, and Transex got the contract, and they said, "Oh yeah, you can do that." And then when I get there, "Oh no, we already got somebody for that. You can go do Jersey or something like that." That was the end of that. ATA head is from Ryan Voss. ATA head is from taxi cabs from New York. Ryan, she's gone. She quit the job already. She didn't last a year. Joshy, let's turn that goddamn hat off. but yeah, Joshy, the head of the FMCSA, has quit already and gone back to New York City. She's taken one look at the crap show, and you know what? When I think back about the FMCSA, and she's like the third or fourth head that hasn't lasted any time at all. And the ones that did last a little bit longer were no good anyway. And when I try to think back, the only decent head of the FMCSA they've had in recent memory has been Ann Farrell. And she lasted in there 5 years, and she was the only one that I can ever think that ever tried to fix anything. Or she was the only decent one I can ever recall them ever having. Tim Field, the Lettuce King, should run for the head of the ATA or the FMCSA. Yes, you should.
Yeah.
Yes, you should. And if they'd expunge your criminal record, you might have a chance of that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I actually phoned OIDA today and suggested that Todd Spencer run for the new head of the FMCSA, but the lady at the front desk told me that had already been suggested, and that wasn't an original idea, which I can well imagine is the case. But break time.
Nope, just time for you to stop talking. Captain Nice Guy. That's an event we're all thankful
respect.
for around here. Captain Nice Guy coming in with the $50 donation. There, now you can stop feeling sorry for yourself. Dinner's on me, he says. Merry Christmas, big strappers. Thank you very much, Captain Nice Guy. It's in the name.
Thank you, Captain. That's pretty damn good of you. Appreciate it very much. Thank you, sir. Adam E says, as long as the mega carriers keep screwing truckers over, there's always going to be a shortage. Isn't that the truth? The
So
Lettuce
Kyle
King
sa-
should start with it.
SoCal Sandman appreciates my commentary at least. Adam Bennett coming in with the $20 donation. Trump 2024.
Come on.
Yeah, there's that forbidden word
You-
Dave
you
won't
say
say
it.
again.
I
Yeah,
heard
say,
What's that?
He wouldn't say it at the last stream. Come on.
Come on.
See?
is that how you say it?
That's how you do it.
I never said that.
You wouldn't do
Shit,
it.
driver.
Oh, boy.
Lettuce King should start a truck manufacturing company.
Lettuce King is retired.
The Lettuce King is retired.
That's it.
Here's a serious question.
Lettuce King.
Who's not a trucker yet. There's a big divide between those who are strictly following the rules and those who speed or bend them. I'm very much a follow the rules person. This is from Lisa Marie Coleman, who's not a trucker yet. It's, how do you explain this? It's there are so many goofy rules, Lisa, that you find in your trucking career you can't possibly obey all of them all of the time, and sometimes it becomes impractical to obey all of them all of the time, and you'll get that. Like, if you're, let me give you an example. If your ELD runs out hours when you're half an hour from home, are you going to stop on the shoulder of the road for 10 hours?
Nope. You should be able to run that baby home and give them the half an hour on the other side.
Yeah,
You know, something logical.
yeah,
But there's no logic in
yeah,
anything they do.
yeah. There's no flexibility
Yeah.
built into it, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
You
And-
should always do your best to obey.
Yes, you should. Of course, you should always do your best to obey the rules, and especially if you're working for a carrier that penalizes you when you don't financially. But yeah, you should always try to do it. But hey, Dave, do you like to drink eggnog around this time of year? Shamu, no, I am not an eggnog person. Kathy likes it, and I think Nick likes it. But I
I'm
was.
vegan. I don't drink eggnog.
You used to.
About 40 years ago.
It wasn't 40 years ago, but so I guess no. We have no.
Yeah.
Do you drink eggnog, Nick?
Well, you guess 50-50 on her. Do you want to guess 50-50
I'm,
on
gu-
me?
I'm
Either
guessing.
yes or no.
I'm guessing you do still.
Carry on with the
Well,
conversation.
yeah.
Ready
You
to
got
go?
one right anyways. Either way, he's got white shit on his
Let
beard
us-
this time of year, so.
Lettuce King is retired because he's wanted in all states.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. I don't believe you ever got a speeding ticket in Hawaii.
No, I'm good there.
Yeah.
I'm good there. I'm probably all right now, you know, really.
Yeah,
And, you know, the better
it's
part
been a
of it.
long time.
Yeah, you know.
You should sign the treaty. And then you can
Yeah.
go over.
SoCal says he never drove 55 in California, and he's from California, and he never drove 55. But the only I would obey the downward speed limit on the Grapevine. Other than that, I was always hovering around 60. But they watched the Grapevine a lot back then.
Yeah.
But
It was always just annoying, though, eh? You're going northbound and you're empty,
Yeah.
you know, and you get behind a set of trains of fuel or something, and you're like,
God, yeah.
I gotta go, you know?
Edward says he runs around 63. Call me a criminal. 55. It's just too slow a lot of the time, depending on where you are. If you're on an interstate doing 55, remember when it was 55 on all the interstates there for a while? That about drove you insane.
800 miles across Texas at 55
Yeah.
miles an hour. Just like once you shoot yourself with a...
The cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was brutal.
yeah. Edward says he lives in Central Cali. Lettuce King and I have tromped all over California loading produce, pretty much.
Pretty much everywhere, yeah.
Pretty much everywhere there, and I liked California. There were a lot fewer rules back then, but I actually, and a lot fewer people, but I liked California.
It'd be hard running a 3408 with today's fuel.
Yeah, meaning the cost probably, eh?
Well, yeah, but, you know, like mine had the C model heads and injectors and stuff. I got like almost 5 miles a gallon with that. Most people go, oh, you can't get 5 miles. Yeah, I did.
On the Marine one,
Yeah, no, the V8.
because
The Marine one
remember
got
him-
way better fuel.
yeah, I
That thing
remember
was-
your Marine
yeah,
Cat got like 6.5
Yeah.
miles to the gallon.
Yeah, but even the V8 was good. It just the really old ones, the pre-cup ones, they were
Yeah.
kind of rough on fuel. Any of the A model stuff was, but you know, it wouldn't be great, you know, by any means. But you know,
I remember that Marine Cat being really good on fuel. Captain Nice Guy, statute of limitations is up on most of those deals. Lettuce King, I'd imagine. We were just saying that, Captain Nice Guy. Yeah, we think so too. We'd probably be all right. Ohio does not play games. 55 is 55. There is another place I
Yeah.
was pretty tight on the 55 was
down
Ohio.
75, just on pins and needles all the
Yeah,
time.
all the time.
I didn't do much of that though, really.
SoCal points out the video was frozen.
Yeah,
Frozen.
thank
They
you.
fixed it now though.
Okay. What do you think about these shippers and receivers charging you a fine if you're late, but turn around and hold you for hours if you're on time? I think that's crap. I don't think that should be allowed.
But how many times have we sat there as cold storage with a load in the trailer for a day, running the reefer?
Yeah.
You run your bag off to get somewhere, and then sit there, and you're cold storage for them. But they, what are you going to do? They got you.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got you.
They got you. It's just like lumpers and all the other crap of the business. They just,
Yeah.
But
back in the day when we were running that hard, it almost wasn't so bad to have to sit and wait to unload
No.
because you could catch up on your sleep
no,
and stuff.
half the time you were unloaded, you were still sleeping there.
Yeah,
anyway,
you're
so it
just-
didn't matter.
Just half out of the bag, you're so tired from
Yeah.
getting there.
The ones that used to piss me off were the grocery warehouses.
Yeah.
Where you'd have two skids to drop somewhere, and you'd
Yeah.
have to wait or they'd just.
Yeah.
And it's not any better. You see some of those pictures of the Amazon places where they're lined
Yeah.
up down the street.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Richard says some of the Walmart places he goes to are like that still.
Really?
Like it can be out the corner around down the fence. I quit doing grocery warehouses just because of that nonsense. I wouldn't haul to one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
announce a short break, please.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, see if we can fix the feed problem here.